I can't believe this next one. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video where I make some custard buns. But to make the video a bit more interesting, I'll be reacting to some unpopular foodie opinions slash health opinions because I asked on my Instagram and you answered. I agree with some of them, I disagree with some of them, and that's the great thing about opinions. And in terms of the buns that I'm going to make, I can see in my mind how I want them to be. Whether they're going to turn out like that is a different story completely, but we can only try. This lighting is terrible. I'm going to do a 3-ingredient dough. You've probably seen it before. It's just made out of flour, yogurt, and then baking powder. You do need to go for the thickest yogurt that you can find, so like a Greek yogurt or a coconut yogurt. I don't have any, so I'm going for soy yogurt, but it just means I'll have to use less of the yogurt. I should just get into it instead of yapping on. Plain white flour, some baking powder. So the first opinion, I can't bring myself to make a smoothie bowl for a meal. I want something I can chew. I totally agree. It's not a meal in my opinion, like it doesn't satisfy me in the way that chewing something would, so I totally agree. Plus they're far too sweet for me. Like you get through them so fast if there's nothing you can chew. So like 1 minute you make it and the next minute it's gone. It's like nothing ever happened. I don't think I've even made myself a smoothie bowl, ever. I used to work at a cafe, like a health food cafe. I used to make them for other people all the time and it just never appealed. So I'm gonna start adding the yogurt. This is the one I'm using. The next opinion, I enjoy avocado but will never understand people who eat it plain with a spoon. People do that. That's grim. No. It needs salt at least. Like I could probably have it plain, seasoned, but I would definitely prefer it on a bit of toast. No, I can't believe people do that. I'm so millennial. I have one probably once a day and I'm very ashamed of that. It's a filthy habit. It actually is, because they don't grow locally, so it's like kind of bad for the environment. In fact, it really is bad for the environment. Because I used to get Californian ones, which is obviously ages away. So I've tried to start getting the ones from Spain. It's slightly better, it's still like no excuse really. How have I turned it into this? I can't believe this next one. I'm sorry, but kombucha and then lots of sick faces. Unfortunately, that's actually an incorrect opinion. Kombucha is delicious. Sometimes I understand, like when I'm having an apple flavoured one, I get cider vibes, and cider brings bad memories. But other than that, hey, I get on with a lovely raspberry lemonade kombucha. Yum! I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. I'm not kneading it because it doesn't have any gluten in it, so I don't need to knead it, but I do need to work the dough together so it starts to stick a bit more. So not kneading in the traditional sense, but still giving it a good workout. I've been doing this for ages. Now I'm going to make the custard filling. This is very tricky business. I have, however, made custard before and it worked out really well, so I'm going to go off the recipe I used then. What I'm using are eggs, coconut oil or ghee. I'm going to use ghee because I only found out recently that ghee is actually dairy free because it's had the lactose removed completely. This is the one I use. As you can see, I go through it like this no tomorrow, and it doesn't upset my gut at all. Bloomin' tasty, and it works great in custard. Tapioca starch and coconut sugar. It seems like there should be something else. You want it on a low heat because otherwise this will turn to scrambled egg before you know it. Most protein bars taste awful. That's true. I haven't tried many because the experience I do have with protein bars are, it's just not pleasant. Got really awful aftertaste, like sand. Courgette and carrot in porridge, but I haven't tried courgette in porridge and I don't plan to anytime soon. If people want to do it, that's fine. The only time I tried carrots in porridge was making a carrot cake flavoured one. It was okay. I'm not much of a carrot cake fan because I don't like raisins and dried fruit. I'm so picky. Spirulina. No. If you're eating an overall balanced diet, you don't need to suffer through by adding spirulina. The difference it would make is negligible, so you might as well not have it. I actually agree with this one loads. Collagen is a waste of money and has a placebo effect. I've tried marine collagen once and I was like, oh my god, my nails, my skin, it's so much healthier. But I'm still young, so my body is still producing collagen itself. And I was probably attributing it to the added collagen powder, when in reality it was just my own body doing it. And it is bloody expensive. I don't know. I'd need to see scientific data to show that it actually has an effect, but for now, I'd rather like keep me money, spend it on something else. I need to make sure this doesn't turn into egg. Lettuce is disgusting. I'm not like crazy about it. I don't think it's awful because like it doesn't really have a taste. so I can't really be offended by it. I wouldn't miss it if it didn't exist. This is the melted ghee and egg. It's not scrambled so far, so now I'm just going to add the sugar. Any sugar will do, of course. I'm just going to use coconut sugar. It gives it a nice coconut taste. Being obese can't be cool and embraced if there's major health issues associated with it. I don't think we should be romanticizing health problems. You can be classed as overweight but still be healthy. Like, I definitely think that's a thing. But if you're like morbidly obese, that's not like, that's a different thing entirely. And no one's saying you should be like that. So I'm just editing now and I'm thinking, for so many years, being underweight and like skinny has been classed as cool. Like, you think of all the supermodels, that's been the cool standard. So why is it different? They're two opposite ends of the spectrum and there can be serious health complications at either end. Much to think about, you know? I think the thing that's trending at the minute is body acceptance, and that's the cool thing. To sort of love your body however it comes, no matter what it looks like. I totally get what you're saying though. Fasting is good for your gut. I mean, there's definitely something in it because people wouldn't be doing it if they didn't see results. And it makes sense, like to give your digestion a break, that makes sense. However, if it's causing you stress and loads of anxiety, like, I can't eat that, I'm fasting, then that's just going to upset your gut because you're stressed about it. I mean, I'm not an expert. But I personally wouldn't do it just because I feel like it would be too strict. Being gluten and dairy free reduces inflammation. Yes, they are like common triggers of gut problems. I found personally, I still have gluten, but taking dairy out, she says that she's having ghee. No, it's got no dairy in it. Totally made a huge difference on my bloating. And I know bloating is just one aspect of gut health, but it made a huge difference for me. But again, it's not to say that it works for everyone just because we're all so different. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, I think that's just a thing. I'm gonna add the arrowroot or tapioca now. Oh, this one got me. Bee pollen is gross. I use it, but I kind of agree. It definitely looks better than it tastes. I don't know about you, but I feel like it disappears in my mouth. Sometimes I really get on with it, and sometimes I don't. It's definitely like a fad, isn't it? In like 10 years time, people aren't going to go, bee pollen. But for the moment, I like how it looks. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to continue to use bee pollen. This is egg, this is scrambled egg. I'm going to take it off the heat. I took my eye off it for 1 second and it's gone lumpy. Oh no, it's a bit scrambled. I managed to save it just before it completely scrambled. Like, I'm not going to make it again. It took too long, so let's go with this lumpy custard. There's my dough, there's my custard. Break it apart. Depending on how big you make them, I'm gonna shoot for about 6. Flatten them like that, fill a blob, and then mold around it. I don't see any reason to label our diet or way of eating. To be honest, neither do I. It only divides us. I don't want to get deep on you, but it only like puts us into categories. There's no reason. There isn't a reason apart from like maybe if you're allergic to something. Totally understand where you're coming from, and I'd rather not have to like explain the way I eat or justify it, and I feel like that is what labels do. They're trying to put you in a box. Can't you just enjoy food? Lemon water, apple cider vinegar in the morning has no scientific basis. That is so true. It's also gross, like don't put yourself through that. Apple cider vinegar is gross, lemon water is fine. Rubbish, it does not improve your digestion, it does not give you great skin. No, it's just lemon and water. If it helps you get into like a healthy mindset, then it might have like a domino effect for the rest of the day and help you make, you know, more conscious choices. It's not the lemon water that's doing it. Cucumber is disgusting. It's like a stick of solid dirt water. I don't think it tastes dirty. Yeah, it's watery. Nice crunchy water, lovely. So that is another incorrect opinion, unfortunately. People, I hate olives. I don't know what to say to you. No, olives are great. I feel like there will be a point in your life where you try an olive and you'd be like, what have I been missing this whole time? This is really hard, you know. Don't say a word. I was gonna steam them, but I feel like they're a little bit too delicate, so I'm gonna bake them in the air fryer so they're more like a bready texture. They don't look the best. They've come out of the air fryer looking very, very pale. So I'm gonna brush them with milk and then put them back in. Hopefully they brown up because that is not attractive. Right, they aren't browning. I'm just gonna leave them as is and like put some icing sugar on them to like hide all their imperfections. Which is what I do with my face every day. Do you know, they actually look super tasty, like little bites filled with custard. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness me. It's not gonna be runny on the inside. It's gonna be like baked custard, so it's gonna be firm. But I'll show you anyway. Yeah. Oh wow. It's so good. I'm glad I ended up baking them because I like the crunch on the outside. Update. I made 2 massive stuffed buns. I had a lot of custard left. I had to do something with it. Oh my god, look at that. I just realised about halfway through the video I just stopped reacting to the opinions. I just totally forgot that I was doing it. So that was everything, thank you for watching. If you're going to make them, I would recommend making the bigger ones just because the custard stays runnier. And if you make the smaller ones, it just sort of bakes the custard on the inside. They're still bloody delicious. It's a win either way. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's a tick.